So today I'm going to talk about something that I set up probably 3.5 years ago when I first got my car. And it's one of the questions that comes up a lot on the forums and groups. And I always just glibly say to people, just set up a scheduled charge. Now, I had my MCU replaced at the beginning of the week, and I went to just set up my scheduled charge again, and I realised that I'd completely forgotten how to do it. And it's actually a little bit trickier than I kind of remember, probably because I did it so long ago. So I thought I'll make a quick video about it, and then I can load this up, and the next time somebody says, how do I set up a scheduled charge, I can send them to have a look at this video, and hopefully it'll help them out a little bit. So on the main screen, you tap the little lightning bolt, and that brings up your charging screen. Down at the bottom of the charging screen, there is a section where you can schedule the departure, or you can switch to scheduled charging. Now, the mistake that I think most people make, myself included, was I hit the schedule button and that brought up a dialogue, and then I thought, oh, I need to go into settings and I want off-peak charging, and it finishes at 4:30. And I want it to begin at midnight 30. So then I set that and close the dialogue, and then I realised that it actually says depart by midnight 30, which is not really what I wanted to do. So then I realised it says switch to scheduled charging underneath. So then I tapped that, and then I realised that I couldn't actually switch scheduled charging on. The bit that's not really obvious from this interface is the fact that you need to go back into scheduled departure, and you have to bring up the dialog box, and you have to actually switch this off in order to be able to set a charging start time. So I have to switch preconditioning off, switch off the off-peak charging, and then you can come in and you can switch to scheduled charge start, and then you can switch the slider. I can now set when I want my charge to start. My cheap electricity rate on Octopus Go starts at midnight 30 and runs for 4 hours. And Octopus Go is great because it gives you 5 pence per unit of electricity for 4 hours. So over those 4 hours, it'll cost me a maximum of about £1.40. And that's it. The charge is set. My Octopus Go rate runs for 4 hours at 5p. Now, there's no way to stop my charge, so my charge will start at midnight 30, and if I want it to finish at 4:30, the way that I do that is I set my limit, and I can move the slider. Now, because I've got a 75 kilowatt hour battery, I know that my car will charge approximately 10% of my battery in an hour. My battery is a 75, so a 7 kilowatt charger gives me 10% of my battery in an hour. If you've got a larger battery than me, one of the 100s, if you've got an S or an X, or I think the Model 3s are an 82 kilowatt hour battery, and I believe that those will give you probably about 7% of your battery in an hour on a standard 7 kilowatt charger. So each one of these bars here is 10%. So you can go as low as 50, so that's 60, 70, 80, 90. So the easiest way to make sure that you don't run off your cheap electricity is to set your current charge rate plus a maximum of 40%. You would need to set your charge limit to plus 25 or 30%. And then on the Octopus Go scheme, you will use 4 hours worth of electricity. So hopefully that explains the slightly complicated way of setting up a scheduled charge. It's a little bit cumbersome, and you have to remember that you cannot have a scheduled departure time and a scheduled start of charging time. The two just don't work together. If you want to limit how long your car charges, then you use the charging rate limit to limit how much goes into your battery. And that's it. Any questions or queries, just let me know below, and please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe.